This is Jeff Bezos. He once worked in a tiny garage, wires on the floor, books in boxes. That was Amazon. Before it became the biggest online store in the world, he was called a nerd, a computer guy. Always quiet, always thinking. Fast forward a few years, he becomes the richest man alive. But then boom, $38 billion gone. Just like that. A divorce. It became the most expensive split in history. And then it got personal. Private texts, love notes, even shirtless selfies all leaked. The internet lost its mind. Memes everywhere. People called him Yacht Bezos and the buff billionaire. He didn't hide. He got more jacked. He wore tight shirts. He flew to space. He bought a super yacht so big it couldn't even pass under a Dutch bridge. They almost had to take the bridge apart just to let it sail. And just now, he shut down Venice for his wedding, a 3-day luxury party on the water. Barack Obama came. So did Leonardo DiCaprio. Even royalty showed up. All for Jeff. All for Lauren Sanchez, his new wife. So how did the world's quietest tech nerd become the man who now throws parties that stop entire cities? How did Jeff, who once packed books by hand, become the most expensive man on earth? And just when you think it couldn't get crazier, it does. Before the scandals, before the yachts, there was the garage. In 1994, Jeff Bezos had a dream, but not the kind with jets and private islands. Nope, his dream started in a garage in Seattle with a dusty floor. He wasn't rich yet. He wasn't famous. He was just working. He left his fancy Wall Street job. Everyone thought he was crazy, but Jeff had a big idea: sell books on the internet. His parents gave him around $10,000 to help him start, and his office? Just a door he turned into a desk. He called the company Cadabra at first. Yes, like abracadabra, but someone misheard it as cadaver, so he changed the name to something stronger: Amazon. From day one, Jeff did it all. He took orders, he answered emails, he packed the boxes himself, he even drove them to the post office. He worked non-stop. He even slept at the office. Zero style, zero flash, just code, coffee, and a lot of cardboard. But it worked. By the end of the first month, he had sold books in all 50 US states and 45 different countries. From a garage with no staff, no help, people started to talk. Then they started to buy and buy and buy. Pretty soon, Amazon wasn't just a bookshop. It was the everything store. CDs, electronics, toys, you name it, Jeff sold it. And then came Prime, Kindle, Alexa. He didn't just change shopping, he changed the world. By the early 2000s, Amazon was everywhere. And Jeff, he wasn't packing boxes anymore, he was running the internet. But while Amazon exploded, Jeff's private life was about to implode. Divorce and sex. 38 billion. And 2 words, alive girl. Jeff Bezos married Mackenzie Scott in 1993. This was before Amazon, before the money, before the world knew his name. They had 4 kids together. They built Amazon side by side. For 25 years, they were a team, at home, at work, in public. But then, January 2019, the news broke everywhere. The National Enquirer leaked private texts. Jeff had a new relationship. Her name, Lauren Sanchez. She was a TV host and helicopter pilot. The messages were strange. One said, "I want to smell you." Another, "I love you, alive girl." Yes, he really wrote that. The internet lost its mind. People made jokes, memes, videos. It was the headline for weeks. And it wasn't just embarrassing, it was very expensive. Jeff and Mackenzie divorced. The settlement, $38.3 billion in Amazon shares. That made Mackenzie one of the richest women in the world instantly. And Jeff, he didn't go quiet. He didn't hide. He didn't stay off the news. Instead, he showed up in tight shirts, sunglasses. He had a new girlfriend on his arm, private jet behind him. Some people said he looked like a Bond villain. Others said he looked like he was living his best life. And his new look, it came with a whole new world. Lauren Sanchez era. She didn't just date Jeff, she rebranded him. Lauren Sanchez wasn't just a rebound. She was the upgrade. Before Jeff, she had already done a lot. She was a TV anchor, a reporter, a helicopter pilot. She ran her own aerial film company. She was already known in Hollywood. But with Jeff, things hit another level. The two were first seen together in 2019, right after Jeff's divorce. At first, people were shocked. Then they got curious. Lauren didn't just date Jeff. She changed him. The old Bezos wore baggy shirts and khakis. Now, tight tees, designer suits, a whole new look. He started showing up at big parties, with movie stars, with world leaders, with billionaires. Lauren brought him into a world of red carpets and cameras. She introduced him to A-list events, private islands, luxury everything. And then came the moment that broke the internet. The 2021 gala. Bezos, Lauren, and Leonardo DiCaprio. In one short clip, Lauren looks starstruck by Leo. She leans in, smiling, laughing. Bezos, just standing there, watching. People made jokes for days. Jeff just lost his girl to Leo. Leo stole the richest man's date. But Jeff, he wasn't quiet. He posted a tweet standing next to a big sign that read danger, steep cliff, fatal drop. He tagged Leo and wrote, "Leo, come over here. I want to show you something." It was half funny, half threat. People couldn't stop talking. But this wasn't just about a meme. Jeff leaned into it. He didn't try to look like the old Jeff again. He went all in. Private jets, super yachts, luxury vacations. This was the Lauren era. And the money behind the image? Even crazier. Billionaire flex. The yacht, the jet, the mountain clock. Yes, really. Let's talk about spending. Because when Jeff Bezos shows off, he doesn't hold back. He doesn't buy toys. He buys worlds. First up, the yacht. Not just any yacht. This one cost $500 million. It's 127 meters long, named Koru, a symbol from Polynesia. It means growth and strength. The yacht is massive, like a cruise ship for billionaires. It has pools, multiple decks. Sails are as tall as buildings. But wait, that's not the craziest part. It travels with a second yacht. Yes, a support yacht. Why? To carry his helicopter. Because the main yacht doesn't have a landing pad. So Jeff sends another yacht just to carry his ride. Now, let's talk about the skies. He owns a private jet worth around $75 million. It's fast, it's sleek, and of course, it comes with a crew. Back on land, Jeff owns homes everywhere. One of them is a $175 million mansion in Beverly Hills. Another, a $80 million luxury apartment in New York City. It's a triplex, 3 floors stacked together, right in the middle of Manhattan. But wait, it gets weirder. Jeff is building a $42 million clock. Yes, a clock. But this isn't a wall clock. It's being built inside a mountain in Texas, and it's designed to tick for 10,000 years. Why? Because Jeff likes to think long term, like really long. He also has a watch collection worth over $5 million. Rare pieces, gold, diamonds, some are older than him. And there's more. Jeff owns a ton of land in Maui, Hawaii. Big, private property, ocean views, but not everyone's happy. Some locals say billionaires are making things worse. Housing prices are going up, water is limited, and the island is changing. But Jeff, he keeps building. More land, more homes, more everything. And just when you think $500 million on a boat is wild, let's move to space. 2 rockets, 1 rivalry, and a cowboy hat. In 2000, Jeff Bezos started a space company called Blue Origin. 2 years later, Elon Musk created his own, SpaceX. Blue Origin wanted to take people to space. SpaceX wanted to take people to the moon and Mars. One got a big deal with NASA. The other got rejected and sued NASA, and lost. Elon didn't keep quiet. He joked online. He called Bezos Jeff who? He even said can't get it up to orbit. Then in July 2021, Bezos got in his rocket. He wore a cowboy hat. He flew to space for 11 minutes. It wasn't a long trip, just up and down, but it made history. Bezos smiled, waved, and said, "Best day ever." The rocket came back safe. Meanwhile, Elon was sending rockets around Earth. He was building bigger ones for the moon. He wanted to reach Mars. This wasn't just a space race, it was a space roast. Cowboy hat versus high-tech rockets. But Bezos didn't give up. In 2025, his company launched a bigger rocket. This time, it reached orbit. He's still trying, still building. And his next big launch? Not a rocket, a giant wedding. He shut down Venice for 3 days. Stars showed up, red carpets, champagne. Because for these billionaires, every move is loud. Every step is a show. And the rivalry keeps going. The aisle was a canal. The guests, head of state level. June 2025, Venice, Italy. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez got married. But this wasn't a small wedding. It was a billionaire wedding. It lasted 3 full days. They rented private buildings. They used boats instead of cars. And the guest list? Huge. Leonardo DiCaprio was there. Bill Gates was there. Barack Obama showed up. So did Beyonce and Kim Kardashian. Helicopters flew above. Police blocked streets. Locals were kept away from their own canals. People living in Venice weren't happy. Some protested. They said the wedding took over the whole city. But the party didn't stop. There were fireworks, there were fancy outfits, there were candlelit boats floating through the night. For a few days, Venice didn't feel like Venice. It felt like something else, like a city owned by Bezos. And even with all the cameras, even with all the noise, Jeff Bezos was calm. Because behind the lights, behind the headlines, he still had the power. Quiet, rich, untouchable. And this was just the wedding. People laughed. They joked about his texts, his gym photos, his new girlfriend, his giant yacht. But Jeff Bezos never stopped working. While everyone was watching his body, he was building something bigger. He owns the Washington Post, one of the most powerful newspapers in the world. He's investing in AI, fusion energy, and biotech that could change medicine forever. He's still the biggest single owner of Amazon stock. That means if Amazon makes money, so does he. He's not just rich, he controls pieces of the future. He funds startups, he meets with world leaders, he talks to scientists, not just celebrities. You won't see it in magazines, you won't hear it in interviews, but in quiet rooms, in board meetings, on secret calls, Jeff Bezos is still in charge. And while the world scrolls past memes, he's moving billions. He's pulling strings. He's deciding what's next. The glow up was loud, but his power, it stayed silent. And now, only one question remains. What's he building next? He started in a small garage. No big team, no money, just an idea. That idea became Amazon. Then came the billions, the fame, the power. And then things got personal. The divorce made headlines, the texts went viral. The world laughed, but he didn't stop. He got ripped, bought a super yacht, started dating a TV star, and just had a 3-day wedding with world leaders on the guest list. Now, he's still rich, still powerful, still building, but something feels different. He's not just a tech nerd anymore. He's not just the Amazon guy. He's everywhere. News, politics, space, fashion, memes. So, what is he now? A man who changed the world. Are you trying to change yourself? Or just another billionaire, living large? Is this the greatest comeback or a very expensive midlife crisis? That's for you to decide. Fade to black, clock ticking, Bezos moves on, and the rest of us? We keep watching.